The Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik returning to power for a record fifth time, and this time around, the fifth time that he's taking oath, in a departure from the low-key swearing-in ceremonies that he's usually had. Now, for the first time, the swearing-in is being held in a full public view outside the Raj Bhavan, with over 6,000 attendees who are there to witness the event, which is taking place at the exhibition ground in Bhubaneswar. There you can see the ceremony taking place. Well, let's go across to Saurabh Gupta, who is there. And Saurabh, this oath-taking ceremony after a heated campaign with the Prime Minister, with the BJP, in fact, challenging the BJD in the state.
That's absolutely true, Gargi. In fact, what's really interesting is the departure from a low-key swearing-in ceremony inside the Raj Bhavan to a public event, so to speak, with almost 6,000 people in attendance at the exhibition ground in Bhubaneswar. Now, why has this happened? And the reasoning we're being told, and we've been able to speak from these self-help groups, is that once Naveen Patnaik won this election, a historic fifth-term chief minister, several groups of women and women self-help groups, which have been one of the stays of the policy initiatives of the government, went to meet him and congratulate him on his victory. Now, at that point, they said they want to be a part of this historic movement, which is when Naveen Patnaik, we're being told, obliged and said, well, yes, it will be a public event, and that's when the government official administration decided that this would be a different kind of swearing in this time around. Usually it's been inside the round, moved right to the exhibition ground, and in attendance are the very special guests who are being by the government. Hundreds of these self-help groups, who actually put forward the idea of making this a public event. Also in attendance are close family members of Naveen Patnaik. Many of them are personalities known in their own fields, and they're also here, present, witnessing what is being described as a historic moment in the history of Odisha, and in the political history of Odisha, with Naveen Patnaik in charge of Chief Minister for a fifth term with a full majority, and that is something that perhaps the government attributes to one, several welfare pro-people schemes like the Aliyah scheme, like Mission Shakti, like urban renewal mission where land rights have been to some dwellers. And secondly, what they say is we connect that Naveen Patnaik has with people
On Naveen Patnaik's record fifth time swearing in as the Chief Minister of Odisha, making him the longest serving Chief Minister of the state. In fact, on the eve of the swearing in, 11 cabinet ministers, 9 ministers of state were appointed on his recommendation. Now, the new team of ministers has 10 new faces. So there, Naveen Patnaik taking oath for a record fifth term. In fact, a day before the oath taking, he'd even offered prayers at the Sri Jagannath temple in Puri. And as Saurabh was pointing out, it's very interesting that this is the first time he's holding this oath-taking ceremony outside of the Raj Bhavan with over 6,000 attendees in the exhibition grounds. And and Naveen Patnaik, in fact, the government, the BJD, says that its pro-poor schemes is what has really worked. Schemes like Kalya, which were for the poorest. In fact, they didn't even want the central schemes. They said their state schemes were so good for the poor of the state. Also, Mr. Patnaik has a unique connect with the people of Odisha that has managed to keep the BJP out of the state.